I am so excited to be filming this. I can't wait. I know I'm a little bit late to the game, probably about by a week or two, but it's here. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I got this, you know, everyday natural makeup look using the Tati Beauty palette. I'm so excited. So I'm going to be doing like a review. I'm going to be showing you guys how I got this look and just doing like a voiceover and everything like that. Now I am not a makeup expert, but I'm doing the best I can, so I really hope you guys enjoy this video. So I'm going to review it and then show you guys everything that I did. Now I'm from Canada and it did cost me about $80 in total. That's converting it, that is shipping, everything, so it was about $80. This is the most expensive palette I have, but for me it was worth it. I'm not even gonna lie about that. Now it did not have any duties on it, which is good to know, and it came very quickly. It came in about a week. It came in this nice cardboard box. Really love the simplicity of it. I love how on the inside it shows her, and then it just had some, not tissue paper, but it was like brown paper. Really liked that because it was just very simple packaging. So this is the palette itself. It came in a sleeve. It says Tati Beauty on it, and it says pressed powder, palette, glitter, and then it just shows like everything, and you have all your information on the back if you want it. Palette has some weight to it. It's not too clunky. This is something that I could definitely pack with me to go somewhere and have everything that I need. You can feel the letters on it. It's basically just like a matte and very soft feel to it. It's not plastic, which I like. I know a lot of people were saying that it's going to get, you know, your fingerprints and everything all over it, but I would personally rather this than some of the Morphe hard cased palettes that are a little bit cheaper, just because then it gets scratched. If it gets loved, then it just gets loved. If there's marks on it, there's marks on it. You're using it all the time, so it's going to get like that. It comes with a plastic. I've used this 5 times, okay, so it's got its use out of it so far. It has like a giant mirror. I'm just gonna fold that back because I don't like seeing the wood. I thought when you folded it, it was going to leave like a weird line and it was almost going to get broken, but it's actually designed to do it, so that's good. So here's the palette itself. It has 24 shades. It goes matte, sequined, metallic, and glitter. So the shade names right here are Memory, Ritual, Story, Soothe, Aura, and Poet. So the way it's designed here is so that you're using Memory in the matte shade, you're using the Memory in the sequined formula, or you're using Memory in the metallic, or Memory in like glitter. So I think to me that is perfect for me. A lot of people were saying that they wish they had the shade names, but in all honesty for me, I would rather know exactly what I'm using formula wise and just have the one type of name. To me that's so much easier. Being a beginner, it's so much easier saying, okay, this is a metallic, I know what I need to do with it. Then I know, okay, this is a sequin, I know what I need to do with it. Because sometimes when I look at different palettes, I think, how am I supposed to use this, and it's not working out correctly. But with this, it's just so straightforward. It's so classy. It's just, I like it a lot. So this look actually had 13 steps to it, and it did take me about 15 to 20 minutes to do it. To film it, it actually took me 35 minutes, so yeah. So now I want to show you guys how I use it and how I got this look. I actually forgot primer. So I would have used the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water because I've been trying to use up my primers, and this one was like the next one to use up. So I've been using this one up. So if I did use primer, I would have used it. I completely forgot because I was filming. I then went in with my Grwm foundation. This one I do wish I got a shade lighter. So the next time I do go to repurchase it, I would definitely get a shade lighter. I like this because it's a very natural foundation, and if you wanted to build it up you could, or if you wanted to just do like one coat of it you could. I use my Juno & Co sponge just because that is the best way for the foundation to go on my face, and I really like the way that they apply. Then I went in with my Grwm concealer. This one I really like, and I'm actually almost out of it, surprisingly. So this one here I put underneath my eyes, and I also put on my eyelids. I actually used the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, and for some reason, my eyelids really do not like this at all. And I even tried using it for like the Tati palette. I tried using it a couple times with Too Faced, Morphe, like even Tarte. I tried using it so many times, and every single time my eyeshadow would not turn out very well using it. If it got anywhere else in my face, my makeup would just crease. So it did not work for me, so I just used concealer on my eyes. I do want to get the Tarte Painterly Paint Pot. I think that would be great for me. Then I went in with my Rimmel London True Match Powder Translucent Powder. This one is almost up. I have like nothing left, and I like to use this on my face to set my face. I don't use a lot only because my skin is dry. I like to use it on my face, but I don't like to use it under my eyes. For my eyes, I went in with my Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. This I love for my under eyes because it actually sets them very, very well. And because it is a lot lighter and brighter, it brightens up my under eyes. Now, because my under eyes were not overly dark or puffy, I did not go in with the banana powder. I found the Laura Mercier one worked very well for that. I then went in with my Tarte Blush. This is the Amazonian Clay one in the shade Parte. It is the only blush that I have, so I keep using it and I keep loving it, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hit pan on it soon. So I actually just apply that to my cheeks very lightly, and then I've seen a lot of people putting it like on their nose and stuff, and I've been doing that, and I noticed it just brightened up my face, so I continue to do that. Then I went in with my Nude by Nature highlight, but it's actually supposed to be a eyeshadow. It's in the shade 13 Opal. To apply it as an eyeshadow, it just was not working for me, and it actually works as a very, very subtle highlight. Then I went in with my Nude by Nature brow pencil. I love this brow pencil and the formula because it's very, very creamy. It matches my eyebrows perfectly, and it doesn't really smudge all that much. Like, it will smudge if you go rub it off, but it doesn't get everywhere. Now, I cannot use this as a pencil because it just applies way too much. So I end up taking just I think it's an eyeliner brush, but I use it for my brows and just get it very precisely because my brows are very thick and coarse and dark hair. I don't need to use a lot of product, just enough to fill it in to make them a little darker. So that's what I do. Then I used the Tati Beauty palette. So I used the matte Aura shade, and I went all over with a fluffy brush just to make everything even, just to cancel out any redness or veins that I had that the concealer maybe didn't. I then took the shade Soothe in Matte, and I put it all over my lid in like a packing motion, and then I started to blend it out. I wanted to get as much color as I could, again, to cancel out any veins or redness, and then I wanted to just blend it so that it didn't look too harsh. Going in with the metallic Ritual on the lid, I ended up using my finger and just packing that right on the lid, more so in the center, and then just taking whatever was left and applying it to the outer corner and the inner corner. This way it would cover my lid. For the most part, the most product was applied to the center of my lid. I then used the shade Aura in Metallic just to blend out and just help lighten up the rest of the look. I went underneath my brow bone, I went on the outer corner. I just wanted to make sure everything was blended. I then used Soothe all over the bottom lash line just to tie everything together. I didn't use too much of it. I just wanted to use a little bit just to tie it together, just so that it wasn't going to be too much on the top and not enough on the bottom. I also use Aura in Metallic just for the inner corner of my eye. I did not want to use the glitter only because I didn't want it to be too overpowering. So I then used the matte Memory for eyeliner. I love the black because it was so dark, and with the powder it's so easy because if something smudges or if you apply too much or if anything's wrong, you can take a Q-tip very easily and fix it. Or what I did was I actually just took a little bit of the Soothe and I just kind of fixed anything that was too dark. So to finish up my look, I use the Mary Kay Lash Love Mascara. This one is amazing. I love it. It's just to get a very natural eye look and eyelashes. I really, really love their Ultimate Mascara. That one just is the top for me. I would take the Ultimate over this one, but because it's a very natural look, it just went very well with it. Then I also took the Fresh Sugar Nude. It's a tinted lip balm. To finish it up, I used the Smashbox Primer Water just to set everything. I could have used my Urban Decay one, but like I said, I'm trying to use up as much as I can, and that one is getting a little bit older, so I thought why not use it while I can because my skin does really like it. I'm not the best at swatches, but I'm going to insert some the best that I can. So for the first swatches, we have the shade Memory in Matte, Memory in Sequin, Memory in Metallic, and Memory in Glitter. For the next swatches, we have a Ritual in Matte, a Ritual in Sequin, Ritual in Metallic, and a Ritual in Glitter. For the next ones, we have Story in Matte, Story in Sequin, Story in Metallic, and Story in Glitter. Then we have Soothe, which is in Matte, Soothe in Sequin, Soothe in Metallic, and Soothe in Glitter. We have Aura in Matte, Aura in Sequin, Aura in Metallic, and Aura in Glitter. We have Poet in Matte, Poet in Sequin, Poet in Metallic, and Poet in Glitter. Let me tell you, that was a tongue twister. I know the swatches were probably not the best, but at the end of the day, I did what I could. So that was everything swatched. I only had a problem just with the Ritual swatch, and that was about that. The only thing is I noticed for myself personally is there was no purple shade, and that's what I really, really do wish it had, only because that's what I like a lot. If you took Poet and a little bit of Memory, it did have that nice dark look to it just because it's a black. So it'd be really, really cool if she did come out with like a purple palette. Oh my goodness, I think that'd be amazing. But all in all, this is a perfect neutrals palette, especially because you can create so many looks with it. So you can use one whole row of the same shade and get a beautiful look, or you can use a whole row of a texture, so you could use one whole row of the mattes and get a beautiful look, or you could go diagonal, however you want. All the mattes for me, they worked well. The only thing is Ritual did not swatch the best for me. The sequins I really liked. They really did remind me almost of a matte shade, just with a little bit of glitter in there. So if you wanted to just step up your eye look just a little bit, not too much glitter, you could definitely use these sequins. Now if you use a brush with the sequins, what I noticed was the actual glitter was not very pigmented, so if you really wanted to just use them as a matte, you could definitely just use a brush. But if you want the glitter to show up a little bit more, use your fingers, in my opinion. The metallic shades I really, really loved, especially using them with my fingers just to press them on and give you that little bit of glitter, little bit of shine, so I really liked that. And the pressed glitters I love. You don't have to use a glitter glue. I didn't use a glitter glue. Now I didn't use any for this look because I wanted it to be how I would actually use and wear this palette. The other three other times that I use this palette, I did use the glitters, and each time I really liked them. There was not very much fallout. Now, the best way for me to put this is go in with a light hand and don't overload it, because these are very, very, very pigmented. These have a very, very, like, you can tell they're not just dry, they're very nice to apply on the lids. You don't need to use a glitter glue. I don't know how to explain them. They're almost like a nice wet type of glitter, which doesn't have very much fallout, which I love. So the glitters are extremely, extremely nice to use, and I personally do want to use them more. I just need to figure out how to incorporate them more because I don't normally use glitters, but I can see myself reaching for all of these. Every single shade in here I really, really like. I do find the auras to be very, very, very light. You've seen that in the swatches. Aura was a very, very light shade. All of them did swatch and apply the color that it looked in the pan, in my opinion. This black best black I had. I even used it for my eyeliner and I absolutely love it so much. So this palette for me, you could definitely have your eyeshadow look. You can do your eyeliner. You may be able to do your brows if you go with Ritual or Soothe. Possibly, maybe, I don't know. You could definitely get a highlighter look. You could probably use maybe a little bit of Aura and Poet for a blush. So you could definitely bring this and pack this with you and just a couple of other things and be good to go. Okay, you guys, I am out and about, and one thing I just want to mention very quickly about like the eyeshadows and stuff. I put this on about 5 hours ago, and the one thing I always notice is the black constantly keeps like smudging and coming down. That's like the one thing I noticed, but other than that, like I can see the black a lot, but other than the black, everything else is pretty good. So I just wanted to come in and do kind of like a 5-hour check-in, and then probably when I get back to Owen's house, it'll probably be like a 7-hour check-in maybe. This way you're able to see how it looks, but it's holding up pretty well. My foundation is going because it's like, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's snowing out, it's winter, and I've been wearing my coat and I put my hood on and it's just been coming off. I honestly did not even think about that. So that's the one thing that's really annoying. Like you can see it, but it's honestly just because of my coat and sweater. Like I've been bundling up. I completely forgot about that. But other than that, as of right now, about a 5-hour check-in, the eyeshadow is doing well. Alright you guys, it has officially been 7 hours since I did my makeup. The eye makeup is still really nice. The colors are there. Like the black here, you can really tell it's smudged and it did transfer. So although this is really nice, I don't think I'd actually put the black on my like bottom lash line again, just because it transfers a lot and it smudges a lot, just to see how it is. But other than that, it held up so nicely. So you guys, that is everything for the Tati Beauty palette. I absolutely loved it so much, and this is definitely a collection that if she were to release, like let's say volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, it's something that I probably will continue to get and want the whole collection. What I like is you can put them away and they look almost like a book. It'd be really cool if she came out with like a nice like box to put them in or something to put them in. I'd be very excited to see like maybe a whole palette of mattes or a whole palette of purples, but this palette itself did scream Tati and did really represent her well. All in all, I really like this palette for being someone who wears makeup maybe 3 to 4 times out of the week. For someone who normally goes for a look like this, it's definitely something that I can use, and I am a beginner, so it did work well for me. One thing I want to mention about this palette is the first couple times I tried to use it, I did notice I really had to step back and learn how to use each shade properly, because each texture and each formula is different. Like the matte, you have to use it different than the glitter. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to leave me a comment down below on if you got this palette or if you were thinking about getting this palette, because it is on a pre-sale, I believe. I know she sold out of the palettes, and I think now she's doing like a pre-sale so that people can get them before Christmas. I think that is what's going on. So let me know if you're going to participate in that, and make sure to go follow my Instagram and all my social medias. They're linked in the description down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I do actually have the Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson mini, is it the mini controversy? I think it's the little mini one. I got that, and I got the lip balm because that was the only thing that was left and that I could get. So if you wanted to see me do a video on that, make sure to give this a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.